Welcome back. Chad's President Idriss Déby has died while visiting troops on the front line of a fight against northern rebels the day after Déby was declared the winner of a presidential elections. Déby, who was 68, came to power in a rebellion in the 1990s and was one of the most Africa's longest ruling leaders. His election victory had given him a sixth term in office, but the April 11th vote was boycotted by the opposition leaders. Here's the story.
Chad's President Idriss Déby has died while visiting troops on the front line of a fight against northern rebels the day after Déby was declared the winner of the presidential election. Déby's son Mohamed Kakou was named interim president by the Transitional Council of Military Officers. Déby, 68, came to power in a rebellion in 1990 and was one of Africa's longest ruling leaders. His campaign said on Monday he was joining troops on the front line of the rebels based across the northern frontier in Libya, advanced hundreds of kilometers south toward the capital, N'Djamena. The exact cause of the death was not yet clear, but a European diplomatic source said that he had been killed. Déby's hot opponents accused him of repressive rule pushed through a new constitution in 2018 that would have allowed him to stay in power until 2033, even as it is reinstated term limits. But in the election results announced on Monday, Déby was credited with 79% of the vote, handing him with the sixth term in office. Several leading opposition figures boycotted the poll. Western countries have seen Déby as an ally in the fight against extremist groups, including Boko Haram in the Lake Chad, Basin, in groups linked to Al-Qaeda and Daesh terrorist group in the Sahel.
Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli headed a high-level delegation to the Libyan capital Tripoli on Tuesday. He is to hold talks with the head of the Libyan National Unity Government, Abdelhamid Beiba, over a number of issues of mutual concern. The delegation includes the ministers of electricity, petroleum, manpower, education, international cooperation, health, communications, housing, transportation, civil aviation and trade, as well as the head of the State Investment Authority and a number of representatives of investments and concerned bodies. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry delivered a message from President Sisi to South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa over developments to the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam file and Cairo's stance regarding the issue. Shoukry said Egypt appreciates efforts by South Africa in the GERT file during its chairmanship of the African Union. It also reviewed during the meeting with the South African President the outcome of the latest meetings in DR Congo. He said Egypt had proved during the meetings that it has a genuine political will to reach a serious negotiations path that would lead to the binding legal deal over the operation and filling of the dam, one of that would achieve the interests of the three countries and preserve their water rights. Shoukry's stop in South Africa was the latest in a tour that included a number of African countries to deliver messages from President Sisi to their respective leaders over the development to the GERT file and Cairo's stance with regards to the issue. Minister of Health Hala Zaid held phone call talks with the Chinese ambassador in Cairo. The talks have discussed cooperation to provide coronavirus vaccines. The Health Ministry spokesman Dr. Khalid Megahid said that the talks discussed sending a new batch of 500,000 doses of the Sinopharm vaccine through April. Megahid also said that the call discussed preparations by the two sides to sign a deal for the joint production of COVID-19 vaccines between Egypt and Sinovac company in the coming days. The Health Ministry reported 852 new coronavirus cases and 40 deaths. In its daily report, the ministry also said that the number of recoveries have reached 164,000 out of the 217,000 since the first case of the pandemic was discovered in Egypt. The ministry said it is still on high alert across the governorates and following up on the developments around the clock over the coronavirus or any possible contagious diseases.